All right, all right. That will be my last time saying all right in 2024, at least on a video here. Welcome back to another episode. If you're new to the channel, my name's Christian Clay, and this is the More FLA team right here. We have the whole squad with us. Well, we have at least the A team with us. There's still some people behind the scenes, but we want to give everybody an opportunity to interact with us. When you come in, do us a favor, right? Hit the freaking like button, right? It's almost like taking your shoes off at the door. Make sure you guys hit the like button for us. But we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. One of them is going to be anticipated communities of 2025. I'm super excited to keep our eyes on some things. And everybody here is going to be talking about some different communities. We're going to be ranking builders from 2024. And just kind of going over some goals, some good things, some bad things. So when you make it in, take your shoes off, hit the like button. We're going to be popping some people up here on the screen as well. I guess while we're doing that, let's talk about some 2025 goals. Let's just keep it real light for right now, right? Like take your real estate tie off. Corey, what are some goals of yours, man, that are like some personal goals?
Man, we just went over this, and I feel like it's what a lot of people do. You know, you get into good eating habits and workout routines, and then right into that last quarter, it kind of fizzles away. So we're getting back into eating healthy, getting a lot of movement in, and being healthy for 2025.
Being healthy, listen, we're going to be healthy all 2025, not just that first quarter of 2025. Crystal.
That's right.
Crystal, talk to us. Personal goals.
Oh, personal goals. Okay, well, I have kind of stalled a little bit working so much with the team on some of my skiing skills. So I'm hoping to work in some new tricks and learn some new things this year when we have time.
Excited about that. Hold on real quick, guys. Hey, everybody, this is Rebecca from Virginia Beach. Thank you for checking in here. Soon to be from Davenport, Florida. I like the sound of that. I'm ready to close the deal and get started with my new season of life. Let's do this. Thank you for checking in, Rebecca. I appreciate you. Are you working with the team already? I would love to know that. Let me know if you're let me know if you're working with the team. Oh, okay, are you?
Yeah, Chris and I. She's going to be closing here in about 2 weeks.
Congratulations, Rebecca. Man, I need an air horn in here. It's like, Rebecca, I do have a question for you. Do you know how to pop a bottle of champagne? Because I feel like we need a tutorial of that. Like the closings that we've been doing, it's like I'm getting better at it myself.
I can almost guarantee you that Rebecca can pop up a bottle of champagne pretty well.
Lisa says, Happy New Year, crew. We thank you so much. Happy New Year to everybody. Chris, talk to us about some personal goals, man. No real estate goals. I know you're going to be like, man, I got to sell 100 this year. I got to help 100 families, man. But like, talk to us about like some personal goals.
No, there's some personal goals, man, just to be 100% healthy. I've been dealing with a lot of, injuries and stuff like that. So I'm trying to go from being the retired knockout king to the active knockout king.
You're still the active knockout king, though, but you do that in real estate. By the way, we're going to be talking about things like inspections and how to go about inspections, right? The knockout king would be perfect going head to head with the construction manager that's not doing his job properly. Josh, talk to us, man. Personal goals. What you got, man? What are you shooting in golf this year? What's the goal?
Man, that's what I was about to hit on, man. I got to get my golf game back. Between work and everything else, it's been too busy. I got to start getting my golf game going again, man.
I like the sound of that. One of my personal goals, and I think golf kind of falls toward the back of it, but I do want to get better at the damn sport. It's a tough one. If you all are moving to Florida, you're going to realize there's a few outdoor recreational things that you could do. Pickleball is one of them. We got some new communities that are going to be bringing pickleball, but golf is another one. So if you're somebody that likes to golf, if you enjoy the sport, please let me know. I'm always looking for people to play with. I adore the sport so much it beats me the heck up. I don't think I've ever had a headache like that since I've been like in the fitness industry, when I used to yell at like groups of people and go home and my head would be swelling. I'll play golf and I'll go home and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Like I'm aggravated, my head's swelling, I can't figure it out. But either way, being healthy is another one, obviously, and just being a better husband, being a better father. I think we all can improve in our lives with our loved ones. So I'm super excited about 2025. One thing about us is like when we set our goals, like we don't set it for the good feeling that you get in the beginning of the year. It's a full encompassing thing here. So Rebecca says bourbon is my drink of choice, but champagne's good too. So we don't drink the champagne, but a lot of our clients have. Either way, bourbon, good to know. I got you on that one. Lester's popping in here. Yo, Corey, what's going on? The Inglewood King. Corey is the Wesley Chapel King. But yeah, we'll talk a little more about that as well. You know, thanks for stopping in here, Lester. I guess while we're on the subject here, you know, a lot of people wonder how we are able to cover so much ground. And this is it, right? You know, we go from Orlando to Tampa, and it's not just one person, right? It's not me just stretching all the way to Orlando or stretching all the way to Tampa. What you see on the screen here, these are people that are living in these communities, right? And so that's how we're able to have experts in these areas, and we are growing. So a big shout out to people like Lester who are still using our service because they fully understand where they want to be. Maybe it's a little outside of our area of expertise, but from me to you and to everybody, if you know exactly where you want to be, but you still want to use our services for negotiating and just going through the entire process, we're here for it. The team's growing. We have some people in training right now. We're going to be expanding to some areas, but yeah. With that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off here. We do want to talk about communities in 2024, and with how far we're able to cover. The first box we always want to make sure that we're checking off, like Lester, is where the heck do you want to be? Sometimes we'll get a call or an email from somebody and they're like, I saw your guys' videos. I want to move to Florida, right? And then we're just like, okay, cool. Love that. We're going to set your planning session up. But like now we got to find out where you want to be. And so, Crystal, talk to us a little bit about the process of finding the right area, because it's not as easy as some may think.
Yeah, so a little bit about our process. When you reach out to us via that phone number or email, we're going to get some basic information from you, and we're going to schedule a time to do a more thorough consultation. If we can do it right then and you're available, great. But if not, we'll schedule a call with you. We really want to find out all the needs and wants, the whys you're moving to Florida, what you're looking for, just the macro level of where you want to be and why, and then nail down the details of which area is going to provide based on your budget, you know, all of your needs, what's going to be the best option for you. And we have a shared database that throughout the year when we're visiting communities, we have a really quick way of finding this information. We have other databases with newer communities that are on their way. We can also look at resale homes for you if that's going to fit your needs better. So we really do work together in getting things done. And I think between the five of us, can't count today, the five of us, we really know the Tampa, Orlando, Central Florida area probably better than anybody else you're going to call. So
100%. We love to start macro,
yes, ma'am.
Right? And the big thing is when we get calls, right? Because some people are excited when you know we do talk to them and they're like, hey, I want to live here. And my question for you is, why do you want to live there, right? Like, do you like people? Do you not like people? Do you like theme parks? Do you like beaches, right? Like, first, let's figure that out, and then we can narrow it down. There are always going to be some parameters in there that can either stop us from being in a particular area or, you know, open up some more doors. I think price point is one of them, right? There's always going to be some compromise. I definitely would say you're not alone out there if you think that you want the perfect community for the perfect price. Everybody wants it, right? That's why it's called the housing market, and prices are kind of where they need to be at based on who's buying and who's not. So we'll cover all of that stuff for you. But with that being said, I do want to talk about the 2024 communities. Now, these are going to be based on the clients that we've helped, the deals that we've gotten, and just the most popular communities of 2024 for us, right? I think that there's going to be a little more, we're going to be leaving some of them out because maybe there's some areas that we would personally like to live in, but based on the people that we've helped, top communities in 2024. Crystal, what do you got for us?
So for the Polk County area, if you're wanting to be right between Tampa, Orlando, close to I-4, easy access to Winter Haven, Lakeland, and you want a community with some character that's not just a cookie cutter, typical Central Florida community, I chose Silver Lake in Lake Alfred. It is a Pulte Homes exclusive community, and I really think it's got everything there that you need. Great value, great quality, and a lot of character. I love that neighborhood.
I know there's somebody else on here that agrees with you, so I'm going to let him talk, and then I'll kind of chime in. Talk to us, Willis.
Yeah, I'm also a big Silver Lake fan, and mainly because of just all the conservation area around it. The area is just going to completely boom, in my opinion, eventually. They're in the beginning phases of all the building around there, so the value is going to continue to go up. I just think it's just a great community to buy in. And I love that it's away from all the traffic, yet still close to everything.
Yep. Piggybacking off of you all, because that little Lake Alfred area, there's a lot of new development that's happening out there right now. And I remember the beginning of the year kind of putting it out there for everybody saying, guys, there's some homes out here that are more on the move up side on lakes. And I think they're pricing them like they're like these entry level kind of starter homes here. And throughout the year, you've noticed the prices have gone up and other builders were dropping their prices. Yep. And so Silver Lake was one of those areas, very, very sneaky close to Disney. Very, very sneaky close to Disney. You wouldn't expect it until you go to the community and then you put you put Disney into your GPS and you're like, okay, that makes sense. So I can see why people in the comment section always kind of, got onto my tail about the location from, Lake Alfred to Disney. But, I'll challenge you guys. Come meet me out there and let's put it in our GPS and see what's going on. So definitely a good option. Corey, talk to us about your 2024 community, based on what our clients have liked.
Hey, we also found a lot of people going to that Lake Alfred area, but I chose for my 2024 community the Epperson Lagoon and the Mirada Lagoon in Wesley Chapel and San Antonio, respectively. These are two communities that we've seen a lot of clients. We've got a lot of calls for these communities. One's in the closeout phase. Mirada still has a ton of homes to sell. The great part about both of these communities is that there are many different styles of homes, from townhomes and villas, 55 plus, entry level, all the way up to semi-custom builders. So there's homes for everyone, highly rated schools in the area, close to public. And it's really about the lifestyle that these communities give you. They're golf cart communities, so you can take your golf cart over to the lagoon, hang out at your local beach right in your community 5 minutes from your home, drive your golf cart to the Publix grocery store, or drop your kids off at the elementary school in the golf cart. So with the proximity to 25, 30 minutes to downtown Tampa, but getting this family suburban lifestyle, this was definitely my favorite community to work in 2024.
Somebody's wearing shoes in my house right now. We got 16 people in here and we got 6 likes. Come on, guys. Take your shoes off. Hit the like button for me if you could here. Talking a little bit about those lagoons there. And if you're with us, you know that our episodes that we do for you all, obviously this is a live, but they're very raw. They're non-scripted because we want to give you guys the real. So the video is going to be a little choppy in there. It's not going to be the most beautiful, but when it comes to the information, you know it's going to come from the heart from us. So with that being said, the lagoons set the bar for master plan communities in Florida. There's going to be so much to compete with. When you have the expectation of living in paradise every day and you see something like the Epperson and the Mirada Lagoon, when you go to a different community, it's a lot tougher to look at. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't necessarily want to be in the hustle and bustle, look at all these people right here. If you don't want to be in that, there's something for you. I mean, we're looking at a 55 plus community here. But when I say the bar for master plan communities, they've set the bar. And so that's definitely one of our favorite communities in our clients as well out there. So if you guys like the lagoons, hit the like button. Chris, talk to us 2024 top community. Why?
So 2024, my top community is Wellness Ridge in Clermont, Florida. This is a Lennar only home community. They've got 27 different floor plans to choose from. So there is a home for everyone here. Clermont is a growing real estate market, and Wellness Ridge is surrounded by beautiful natural landscapes that you just don't see anywhere in Florida. Now, with Schofield Road opening up recently, it's going to be connecting Claremont to Horizon West. I think Wellness Ridge is an excellent community for those that want that suburban living, but easy access to Orlando.
Hey, listen, Clermont is it's going to have a big year. So, my prediction, and obviously based on people reaching out and what they asked for, Clermont is going to have a big year, 100%. Wellness Ridge is the more affordable option. You had Ridgeview that's out there by Landsea. You have Trinity that's kind of taking over as well. But with Wellness Way and the Olympus project coming, 2025 for me, I'm going to be watching some of those permits being pulled because I have a lot of high expectations for the Olympus project, but I feel like it's going to be a little longer than expected, right? So the hype was there to start with. Get in early still, I believe. But I want to see, like 2025, are they going to start pulling permits for some of this commercial stuff? Because they have a lot that's going to be going into that area. So that's what I'm going to be watching. So Wellness Ridge, definitely a good option out there. As we know, Lennar, we've gotten some great deals with them. We're going to be talking a little more about the good, the bad, and the ugly about everybody else. Mike! Let's go! Talking about Wellness Ridge, talking about Ridgeview. My man Mike lives out there right now, man. Would love to know how it's been so far. It's been about 6 months, I would say. And right on par. I mean, I think you and me both, that's something that we're going to be watching is like what's going on with some of the permitting, because they're going to be, they're talking about resorts and, commercial space. I know that the YMCA, I think they're doing like a YMCA out there. That may be the first thing that's to come, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on that, man. Hey, you just made me smile, Mike. Miss you, man. Okay. With that, I do want to go into deals right now because, we talk about it all the time on the channel. Mike, you may know, I wish I had you. I should have put a little extra, video up here for you, but getting a deal is not always as easy as it may seem. And we talk about it a lot. Some people like to focus just on the price point, but when it comes to buying new construction, there's so many things that you can kind of pick away at. So not all deals are created equally. I think we all know that. But Corey, talk to everybody about deals, how we like to look at them and our scope of kind of entertaining deals.
And that's always one of the first questions we get when someone calls us, right? What kind of deal can I get? And we helped a lot of people this year get some great deals with the new construction builder, in addition to what they're already advertising on their websites. But not all deals are the same, but we can maximize anybody's opportunity when they're going to these new construction builders. And this can be based on the time frame of the year, whether it's the closeout phase of the builder, whether it's an election year, if it's a slow time of year people are buying or not, that we leverage their inventory. They have move-in ready homes that are sitting. We can leverage the promotions that they're offering, the interest rates, the closing costs. We can get more in addition to that with add-ons in the home as well, blinds, appliances. All right, we got the epoxy master right next to us, Josh. If you're not going to get out of a home without an epoxy garage if you're working with Josh Willis. So but we can really use even creative negotiations, whether it's, hey, can you pay our HOA fees for the first year? But we have many different places. We have a system in process that we work through everybody. So, and everybody that comes to us, we're going to run through our system to make sure that we can get the most out of the builder for you guys.
Not all deals are created equally, people, right? Like I always use this analogy of supply and demand to make it very easy for you guys. The video is going to be a little choppy, so bear with us here. Just close your eyes and listen, okay? You got one apple and you got 20 people that want to buy that apple. Do you think I could come in there and say, hey, I know you want $1 for that apple, but I'm only going to give you 50 cents? They're going to be like, shift aside. I got 19 people behind you, right? And there's some areas where maybe they have 5 apples and 3 of them are being built and there's only 3 people that want. And so there's a total of 8 apples, whatever it may be. You guys understand, right? Every deal is not created equally. So sometimes we may not attack the apple and say, I want 50 cents off the apple. Maybe we'll say, hey, can you put a little more wax on it and shine it for me? So there's multitude of ways that we can attack it. And, we kind of have an idea of like where the builders are with throughout the year, where they need to hit quota. There's people on this team right now that were working for builders, hence the reason we've built the team the way we have. That's helped give us some good insight on how they do operate. But let's just keep it right on cue here. Chris, talk to us about the deal of the year for you. Let's just start there.
So the deal of the year for me was over in Eden Hills with Richmond American. And we had a local family that lived in Auburndale that wanted to live in Auburndale, but they were considering Lake Alfred. And we were able to find a home with Richmond American, a home site with a water view. We were able to negotiate price drop. We were also able to negotiate just about almost all their closing costs covered. And we were able to get all the appliances included in the home to make it move-in ready. But not only that, we got them a 3.99 interest rate.
I would say interest rate of the freaking year, 3.99 rate. No gimmicks, right? No curveballs in there. This is a fixed rate, 3.99. I think they came out of pocket about $1,000, right? So we covered all of their closing costs. We maximized the concessions on the back end. And so in order to get them bought down, it cost them, a little bit of money, which we got the bulk of it from the builder. And then they had to come out of pocket for like $1,000 out of pocket for a 3.99. Sign me up. In the next 5 years, if you see the regular market rate at 3.99, come find me. And we'll obviously our clients will have the ability to get that knocked down. They can refinance it if they want to, but a 3.99 is a killer rate. So great job on that. Crystal, talk to us. Deal of the year. What you got?
My favorite deal this year was also in Eden Hills, but it was with Meritage. So we had shopped with the buyers, with other builders in that neighborhood, and we didn't like the yard or something else, and we found them exactly what they wanted, $25,000 off the original asking price of the home, washer, dryer, fridge, all the appliances, blinds. They have a beautiful lake view, big backyard, end of the street with the cul-de-sac, flex room, loft, everything. So it was a great find for them, and they were really, really happy. So.
Yeah, and that was like home number 20 of like 20 homes that you were looking at, right? When you were on the search for like 1 or 2 days, you guys looked at like 20 homes, and this area wasn't even on their radar. Obviously, like we like to make sure we're bringing people past there to see if it's a fit for them, and little do they know, probably a lot closer to Disney than some of the other areas that they were considering on the freaking water. With the deal that you've gotten them is amazing. That's another reason why having an expert in the area is important to make 20 homes. How many days did you guys look?
I think they were here for like 2 days.
2 days, 20 homes, 2 days. Like, where else are you going to do that, right? So Crystal, to be able to get into the model home, talk to the rep, cut them off, right? Because we all know the sales reps are all like the slick back agents that are like, let me show you how we operate. Look at our roof. Look at our ceiling. And we're just like, yeah, we need to see this, this, and this, and then we're out. We got 20 homes to look at. So great job on that. Talk to us, Corey. Deal of the year, man. Deal of the year.
No, those were 2 great deals, but guys, I got the deal of the year right here. So we got one of our clients from New York moving to the Murata Lagoon in Lennar's 55 and better active adult section. They were a cash buyer, so we got the home reduced $97,000, and we got them a $36,000 cash credit at closing to cover closing costs, and additionally reduce the price of the home. So on their net purchase, they saved almost $133,000. They got all the blinds package, all appliances, conservation, and water view, tile roofs, and they are set to go. And the best part is that from contract to close, it was only 11 days.
That's crazy. 11 days. Chris, you just got beat, man. You had a 3.99% interest rate. Corey got his clients a 0% interest rate, all cash. But 11 days, I mean, that's huge. I mean, from me to you, like, obviously cash is cash. Cash is king. You can do a lot with cash. You can negotiate a lot, especially if you're saying, hey, scratch 30 days. I'm going to do 11 days. We can get the builder to move around. But making sure that the appliances are there, the window treatments, all of that makes me feel good inside, because how much do you think it costs to get all of your appliances and your blinds and window treatments? at the same time, just throw a number out there. I'm going to say at the very minimum, $10,000, right? Like, I don't know. Every house is going to be slightly different, but I would think it probably costs more to get that. So to make sure your house has those things, super important. Really, really big. Josh, talk to us, man. Deal of the year.
Yeah, so mine came in Silver Lake, which was also my favorite community of 2024. But I had a family that was in a year lease, still had 6 months on it, couldn't break it, owed around $10,000 on their lease still. They ended up finding their dream home out in Silver Lake. So on top of the money that was already getting offered in incentives, we still got them an extra 17 to kind of offset that 10K that they owed, plus all the appliances, upgraded appliances at that, window treatments, and of course the epoxy floors.
Epoxy Josh.
Foxy Josh.
What's the goal? So we were talking
There he
earlier.
is, right
What's the goal for the new year with the epoxy floors? Are you going to get more flakes thrown down? Or are you going to get like 2 layers? Because 1 layer is not enough anymore.
You got to add the extra flakes. It really makes it pop.
It's the flakes, man.
The epoxy floors are nice. You go through like, your final walk or the celebration videos and you see those epoxy floors. Ask anybody. When I see them, I'm just like, I mean, obviously the kitchens are nice, the home's nice, but when I see the floor, I'm like, damn, these floors are nice in here. Tell my brother, get a shot of this. He does all of our video stuff here. Jacob would love to know, you're looking to relocate in 2025. Where? Let us know where you're considering. Orlando, Tampa, in between. We're expanding down into the Sarasota area, so let me know where you're considering here. Happy New Year to everyone. Dev, let me add you up there. And Camila, by the way of Cole, New Jersey, looking forward to our closing this summer. Corey is the best. Cole, New Jersey, what's the temperature out there right now? We're about to get a temperature drop here in a second.
Ain't nothing like that, though.
I guess let's talk real quick. Everybody here is slightly from somewhere else, I would say. Very rarely do you find somebody that's like from Florida and it's like born and raised. I think we do have somebody born and raised in Florida here on the team. But Crystal, where are you originally from? How long have you been in Florida? And like, what's been your take now that you're a true Floridian?
Well, I moved to Florida when I was 11 from Kentucky. And it has changed so much in this area since then. I mean, there really wasn't much here, a lot of orange groves, and the businesses that have come in, the restaurants, the housing, the new roads, it's just been crazy. So I've also spent some time in Tennessee when I first got married, lived there. Born in Ohio, not Kentucky, but
Gotcha. So you're all over the place.
Yeah, but I've been here the longest. So
I guess a question for everybody here, like, how long do you have to be in Florida before you're a true Floridian? Because true Floridians aren't necessarily like
being cold in the winter.
Yeah, when it starts getting cold at 55 degrees, you're here now. You made it.
Rodney said, "Sheesh, Corey's really the Wesley Chapel King with that deal." That was the San Antonio King there. He was in Murata on the border, on the cusp there. Chris, tell everybody where you're from, man. Give me the ball. Tell everybody where you're from.
You're already giving it away, but I moved here 6 years ago from New York City, specifically the Bronx, born and raised. And it's been a unique experience living out here. I kind of moved here right before the pandemic, so it was completely different from when I first moved out here that first year to how it is now. I've had a chance to live in Tampa, now living in Orlando, and it's been amazing, but it's really cool to feel like every other person I come across is from up north, so it's always dope to see us down here. I think we're part of, yeah.
Your eyes are not deceiving you, people. Chris has hair. Yes, he has hair on his head. So, you got us over here. We've been in Florida for a little longer than Chris. Hey, he's wait till summertime comes. He's going to be like, man, I got to get rid of this stuff here. So,
I don't know if you'll do that.
Corey, talk to everybody. Where are you from? How long have you been in Florida? Give everybody some insight as to who the Wesley Chapel King is.
Yeah. So I grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania, which a lot of people haven't heard of. It's right on Lake Erie between Cleveland and Buffalo. So they get a ton of snow up there. They've already had 7 feet in 48 hours this year once. So I got out of there, escaped, got to the warm weather, and it's kind of hard to drift back up to that northeast region at this point. If it wasn't for family, I wouldn't spend too much time there. But I've been in Florida for about 10 or 11 years, in Wesley Chapel for about 8 years now. And kind of like Crystal said, just seeing the growth over that short period of time has been absolutely incredible. Love the area. I live in the area myself. Don't really see any plans of moving right now. But it's the growth over here in the Tampa suburb area has been crazy to see over the past 5-6 years.
Now, I do want to say this because I can hear it in your voices. Like, Florida's changed so much. All the roads, all the people. You all are the ones helping people come down here. All right, it's a little bittersweet. No, I mean, I'm just giving you guys a hard time. Leo said with all of our Disney trips on that annual pass, we need a vacation home in Orlando from Wesley Chapel. Gotcha. Talk to us, Willis, man. This is the only born and raised. Believe it or not, I'll tell everybody my life, my sad story. We'll do the little violin thing, but talk to us, Willis.
Yeah, so born and raised here, right here in Central Florida. Actually grew up in Dundee, which is just outside of Lake Hamilton. And I mean, just what everybody else says, it's changed completely. Davenport used to be nothing but orange groves and cow pastures. Now I don't think you can find an orange tree in Davenport. The growth has just been, it's been crazy.
Yeah, it has. I mean, I've been in Florida since I was 3 years old. I'll give you guys my story, but yeah, I mean, Davenport's changed a ton. All of, I would say, even Tampa, even Orlando, it's changed a ton. All of it is really developed. Downtown Tampa used to not look anything the way. Maybe that was a double negative. Used to not look the way it looks now. Like, it was very kind of a ghost town, especially down there. In the I guess that's kind of the area where all of the shipping, I guess it's called Channel Side is what it was. It used to be ghost town down there, right? And the development that's happening there, like, I like it. I love downtowns. I love downtown Tampa. I think it's extremely unique. But all of these areas have really, done a number on the development here. So me personally, and I don't even know if everybody on the team knows this, I was born in Hawaii, so military. Both parents were in the Army, born in Hawaii. 3 of my other siblings born in Hawaii as well. We moved to Miami when I was 3 years old. I had a lot of family down in Miami, lived there till I was about 13, and then moved up to the Central Florida area and lived here ever since. So, when we moved up to Central Florida, I don't think I've ever seen a chicken in my life I mean, I lived in Miami, right? So, like, I don't think I've seen a chicken or a cow. So when I moved up to Central Florida, I was like, this is in the middle of freaking nowhere. Now, 2024, I think it was the most moved to place in the country. So it's funny how things have changed in that regard here. So Dev said it just broke 30 in, I think he is
New Jersey.
Jersey, yeah. Wow.
He's Jersey.
Rebecca says she was born and raised in Clewiston, Florida. Clewiston is where the sugarcane is, I believe. That's down, the kind of muck area. I think they call that like Glades Day, Clewiston, kind of down in that region there. Probably one of the last areas between, where we're at right now, Central Florida and South Florida, that's not as developed, right? It's kind of filling in there, but there's a lot of the sugarcane down there. Rodney says, Boogie Down Bronx, Chris got them hands too. Chris, I got to see you. Do you know what that you ever use that boxy ball thing? Have you ever seen that? Have you? I got that for a white elephant gift this year for Christmas, and I couldn't stop using it, dude. I'm pretty good at it. Now, I'm not a good boxer, but the boxy ball thing is pretty cool, hand-eye coordination. I don't want to see Chris's hands unless it's with the construction manager that's just not acting right, okay? We're going to save that for that one.
Right.
Chris, you may be on mute there. Okay, I can hear you there. Nubians checking in. Beautiful. How are you? Talking about the lagoons here. So here's one of our clients from the lagoons. Thank you so much for checking in. Okay, so talking about Chris beating up home inspectors, right? We bring it up on the channel all of the time. And everybody, you can do whatever you want to. But with us, we're always going to recommend a home inspection. And 2024 has shown us a lot. New construction has been good to find deals, but I think that there's a lot of hand-holding that's involved in the middle, and the inspection process is one of them. So Josh, talk to everybody about the inspection process and kind of what we've discovered in 2024.
Yeah, so the biggest thing we've seen is just the amount of hoops that some of these builders are making us jump through now to get those home inspectors in. I mean, they're really making, all kinds of documents and everything else, schedules, but that's kind of what we're here for. We're going to make sure that that happens. We're going to make sure to push that through. Once we get those reports is when we do the blue tape walk, where we're going to kind of go through, pick everything out in the house, because that's a big investment for our people. We want, everything to be good for them. And in the meantime, after we go through picking everything out, we're going to make sure that the construction manager, who will try to avoid fixing some of the little things and try to push it off on warranty, but we're going to make sure those things get fixed prior to our people closing.
Yep, 100%. 2024 has shown us that there are going to be more hoops moving forward in the future to jump through when it comes to getting a home inspection. We talk about this a lot. There is not, I hate to use zero, but there's no real reason that a builder would want you to have an outside inspection to come in and pick their home apart, right? Like, they have no incentive for it. So what do they put in place to kind of blindly allow you to look at the home and make you feel good? It's the new home orientation, right? We call it the blue tape walkthrough to kind of keep it even keel across the board, because every builder is going to call it something different. New home orientation sounds great because you get to learn the functionality of your home. Oh, you know what? If you see some paint touch up, we'll put a blue tape on there as well and we'll paint it, versus somebody poking their head in the attic, looking at the plumbing, checking the shingles, all of those things that, the builder has no real incentive to, have an outside inspector come in for. So 2024, we've seen towards the end of the year, more hoops, more regulations. Inspectors that we've used plenty of times, now they're saying they're no longer qualified to come in and inspect our homes because we're adding another hurdle for them to jump through. So, that's what we're here for. We have inspectors that are already past some of those hurdles with these builders. And so we'll make sure to hand those over to you so you can, see if that's the best fit for you. But talking about some BS stuff that has happened over the year, let's talk about some 2024 stuff. Crystal, take it away. 2024 BS story, whether it was an inspection or a builder or anything.
So we're still in the middle of my worst 2024 story. And so I got to say, sorry, Chris, it's Lennar Homes. I know you are excited about their community, and that's the issue, is their sales team can be great. They worked great with our buyer when she lost her job and had to get, time to get a new job. She's switched between a few homes because of hurdles that she's had personally. Sales team has been great. They love the model. They love the character of the home. They love the neighborhood. There are some issues in the inspection report. When we go to that blue tape walkthrough, we're not even meeting the construction manager, which is pretty unusual from, my experience. And they more want to talk to you about orientation for your appliances and warranties and things, and they really wanted to skirt around the whole inspection that we had done. So it has been a fight. We had to reschedule that final walkthrough because things weren't getting done. Some things had been done, but they were things that were visible to the naked eye of their quality control team, and we had to push for the things that were on the inspection that weren't visible, weren't easy for us to go back in and double check. And so we're still in that process and hoping that things get complete, and holding off on signing what they need us to sign till it's done. So
yeah, talking about like hurdles, right? So now, instead of the construction manager coming to the blue tape walkthrough, right? Like, typically we're waiting at the home, right? See how Corey's rubbing his hands right here? Like, he looks like he has a he looks like he has a home inspection report in his hand, and he's waiting on that construction manager to pop up. And instead of the construction manager walking in, there's a warranty person. Hi, I'm the warranty person. And we're like, well, we got things that we need to fix. And they're just like, I'm just here to tell you about the microwave. So there's more hurdles, right? And they're just trying to put more things in the way because there's no incentive, right? So let us take care of those things for you. I would say the best part about all of these things that we spoke about here is the builder has paid all of our fees. So we've done all of this for all of our clients, and the builder has paid our fees here. So, you're still in the middle of this, Chris. I'm pretty sure we'll do a video here 2025 on how that finished up. But Corey, talk to us about your 2024 kind of, one of many things that we've ran into that we've had to get corrected.
Yeah, so we had the best deal of the year with Murata at Lennar, and we also had our probably one of our more unfortunate experiences with the same builder in the same community.
Talk to
It was
us.
with a single family home. He's already jumped in, Leo. So if you have anything to say, Leo, go for it. Let him know how you feel. But our client was relocating from Utah. They were moving forward to secure a home site that they wanted, putting down the deposit. They sent their money to secure the home, and then the sales rep told them that, hey, that lot was sold a couple minutes ago, and just pushed them off into a different home site. One they hadn't viewed, looked at, had no idea, how many houses down it was. We were able to find them the same floor plan, but for the hassle and the BS that the builder gave us, we asked for additional price reductions on the home, which they did comply with us.
We've said this before, right? Like for somebody to first of all come in like Nubian, right? Like for you to come in and say, Corey, I'm in love with this Model A on that corner lot right there, right? I just love it. I know that this Model A is throughout the community, but I just love this one here. For you to put a deposit down and then the builder to just say, oh, somebody else took that corner lot right there, but I have this Model A over here. We're just going to shift you down, right? Like for them to do that's how they operate in their head. And then they clock out at 6 o'clock and then they go home and then they wake up and then they do it again, right? It's just an unfortunate thing, but it's the truth. That's just how they operate, right? So like we're braced for those types of things. But I think what that has shown us is just proved to us, like they don't really care. They really don't care. They just need to sell 20 Model A's that year, right? Or that month or whatever the case may be. So, really, really unfortunate. I think another thing is to show that although we do get great deals for people, you're talking about Lennar in a particular community, they also screw up as well. Like there are some hurdles to go through in order to get that shiny object at the very end. We spoke about it a lot with Richmond American, right? Like to me, I think the best value home that we've gotten this year has been in Eden Hills. We've gotten, I don't know how many of our clients, lakefront homes for the price of D.R. Horton homes with all of those finishes inside. But I tell you what, the process from contract to close, the Richmond American has the worst customer service, right? So like, although we can get you a very nice home, it is a roller coaster. Hold on tight, and we're gonna get you there. So, Josh, talk to us. Screwed up situations, man. Don't talk about fighting people. Just keep it casual.
Yeah, so I had one with Land C earlier in the year. I had a buyer that was moving from Arizona, relocating. She had a home to close contingency. I'm sorry. She closed on time, did her part. Then the builder all of a sudden tries to push back the closing date, which now she has 2 weeks where she basically has nowhere to live. She's got to pay for somewhere. We got that fixed. We did close on time, but in the meantime, we also had an under appraisal come back on the home, and because she was putting a large down payment, the builder in their head was like, "Oh, well, you can just take it out of that and pay the under appraisal." That didn't happen either, but
he's skipping the fighting part. He's skipping the fighting part. Let's just say that didn't happen is what he's saying.
The communication was awful, like absolutely terrible. They wouldn't answer the phones for me or my buyer. I ended up having to literally go up there, show up unannounced to get them to talk to us and fix things. It was it was dreadful.
That is a page out of a lot of builders' books. Mike, if you're still in the chat here, Lancy, right? That's what we're talking about here with a different community. But same thing, right? Like we were trying to get as much as we could done. And as we approach the finish line, they play this silent game, right? Because they're just like, either you're going to email us and tell us you don't want the home, or we're going to get to closing and you got to kind of buy it, right? So there are always going to be some hurdles to jump. The appraisal thing, that was we went through a few months throughout the year where we started to see some appraisal issues there. And, the builder will try to push you as hard as you can to cover that appraisal, because the moment the price ends up dropping on that home, they have to adjust for all of the other homes, right? So let's just say that there are ways around it, and you do have to push for it. But yeah, that was definitely one that once again, the builder has no care for your circumstances. Crystal, our clients that almost couldn't close that day because of some laziness on the builder's side, had no care for how much it costs to get a hotel. Can they get a hotel? They got to go back and get, their dogs, their pets, and work and all of that sort of stuff. So, you got to have somebody with some sternness on your side. And I could say that everybody here definitely has that edge that's needed. Chris, talk to us. 2024 BS story.
So I've had a unfortunate experience with Richmond American. So our clients elected not to hire an outside inspector. So, and not only that, but they weren't available. They were out of town working for the blue tape walk and the final walk. So we want to do a remote closing for this. But for the blue tape walk, everything went smooth. We pointed everything out, everything that needed to be pointed out. We captured video and documented everything. But with the final walk, a lot of the things that we initially pointed out weren't taken care of. And I had to circle back, show them on video. And good thing is that I ensured that we got everything documented, and I sent over the videos to our clients. And I just had to follow up the following week to ensure that the construction manager would follow through and get everything done. So being the eyes and ears for our clients was definitely a help. Unfortunately, we weren't able to be there, but again, we're there for them.
Exactly. We're the boots on the ground for you. We're the eyes and ears. I think most importantly, we talk about this all the time. Anytime we negotiate something, we got to get it documented, because these people will act like they've never said anything to you about it until, you show them that, hey, yeah, we have this documented. Even better, this is you on video saying that you would do it. I've had to do that before. This is you on video saying that you would do it. So, I guess that's a perk of us being able to use some of that video stuff. But having the eyes and ears down here, not everybody can be here for those walks and those closings. We will, right? We will. So you can count on us for that. By the way, you could text the number above, team@morefla.com. It's probably the best way to reach us via email. Either of those two are great options there. So, there's obviously a lot of – I think we can probably put our second place BS stories up there as well, but we don't really need to do that. I do want to bring – let's have a little fun with this. We're going to rank some builders 2024, right, based on the best deals that we've gotten, the most reliability, just overall builders for the 4 categories that we do have. But before we even put up those categories, I want to hear everybody's dream builder, okay? Because we're going to give you a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 builder based on, the clients that we've helped this year. But we still have that dream builder in our hearts, right? We do have that. And I'm going to say this, has to be some sort of larger builder. You can't say a custom builder. I'm going to say no to like a local custom mom and pop builder, all right? So this is just a curveball at everybody. And also would love to know in the comment section before we get started. By the way, we still have people walking in the house with their shoes on. 26 people in here, 14 likes. Do me a favor, hit the like button for us. That's how you take your shoes off in this live. Corey, what's your build like right now, man? Like, million dollar Corey has the Ferrari. Builder, go for it. Like what would be your builder?
Well, there is one particular community that we do love in Wesley Chapel, and that is the River Landing and River's Edge community, just for the scenic views, the resort style living, the entryways to the community. So I think to stay in the location I would like to stay, buying a Taylor Morrison custom home in River's Edge would be my go-to.
Bruh, okay, yeah, I love that community. Oh, and we have somebody closing in there in a few months, month or two, yeah?
They'll be closing in 60 days, right around there.
Oh, man. Excellent choice. Love the choice. Josh, talk to me. I already know your builder. I think I know. I think I can call it out. Do you have your builder in your head? Like your dream choice builder?
Oh, yeah.
All right, ABD, go. ABD, go.
You're correct.
Talk to us, man.
You got a pool right when you walk in. So I can literally walk in my front door, jump in my pool with my little waterfall going, then walk right out my back door, hit a golf shot. That's paradise to me.
That'd be paradise to me too.
I see where he's going. with this.
That courtyard pool right there has to be the best around. Like I've done a video comparing it to like the Biscayne home. Like we've sold a few of the Biscayne homes this year, the courtyard. I would say like an underwhelming builder this year has, in my opinion, has been that Biscayne. And I think the reason why is that that transition from leaving Biscayne, being bought by the other builder. I think that there were some quality issues in there. We were getting crazy deals on those homes, crazy deals like you would have even thought of. But I do think that transitional stage was a little, like I was a little disappointed in there, but we still got everything corrected. Crystal, talk to me about your build. Like, who would you go with right now?
So I only know of a couple of neighborhoods where you could use this builder in Central Florida, or in Polk County at least. But my dream would be a lot on the chain of lakes, and I would build with Arthur Ruttenberg. They have my
Okay.
dream floor plan.
I love it. I love it. Which
Absolutely.
lake would you be on?
Oh, Winterset. Yeah, of
Yeah, gotta
course.
be. Winterset's probably the best lake. You know, I would say second to Eloise. I would say just because of all of the happening with Legoland and stuff.
I would say that's your real Floridian test too. Are you comfortable getting in a lake?
Are
Are
you
you are
comfortable
you
getting in a lake? Yeah.
are you going to get in the lakes? Yeah.
You'll make it there. We start you off in an artificial lake, aka the lagoons, then you
Yeah.
work your way up into the comfortable lakes here. So I like that one. I would love to live on the chain as well. Chris, talk to me.
At least with Winterset, you can see the bottom.
At some parts,
Yes, you
especially the
can.
Little Lake
It's
Winterset, that thing's
beautiful.
crystal clear.
Hmm.
Talk to us, Chris.
So for me, I would Toll Brothers. I'll do
Mm.
Toll Brothers, and there's this community in Winter Gardens, the Lakeshore Collection, and it's just, man, it's insane over there. First off, I'll pick a home site with a ton of depth, and I'll just go crazy with the design studio.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
imagine we'll
that's
probably
a full semi-custom. I would say Toll Brothers, man, is top of the top when it comes to like national builders. That's not a full custom what we're talking about. This is definitely level 3 semi-custom, but top of the list. Really, really nice luxury home. I agree with you. I like that one. So who do you think would be my builder? Who do you think would be my builder? I think some may know, others may not. Some may know, others may not. See if we got
I
any.
I
think
don't know this one.
I'm gonna go David
Okay.
Weekly as mine.
Okay.
David Weekly as mine. Big 3,000 square foot single story home. You know, vaulted ceiling when you get into that kitchen area. Windows everywhere. Give it to me. I want it. Big old David Weekly 3,000 square foot single story home. Single story home. Would you guys go two or single? Where would you go? We talk to people all the time. More people want 2 stories for whatever reason. But where would you all go? 3,000 square foot home. What would you do?
Yeah, large
I'm
single
going
story.
single.
That's yeah.
Single story
single story.
for sure.
We already know what Josh is going to do since we said single story. Go for
Single
it.
story,
Knew it.
but it's single story, but the courtyard only comes in 2 stories, so we're going 2-story, man.
There
Sorry.
we go. I love it.
That's what I like about the Arthur Ruttenberg plan I've had my eyes on forever. There's a couple of little courtyards, and one is off of the master bathroom. The primary bathroom has its own little private courtyard, a lot of windows. It's really cool. So,
That's where you would sit and read a book, right?
yeah, ideally,
Yep.
yes.
That would be a smoke courtyard for some people. You know, marijuana is becoming legal. We don't smoke marijuana here, but hey, you know, there's some people out there. You got to have a little marijuana, you know, courtyard, whatever you like there. We'll
Some
help.
of those
Step out real quick.
construction people might be. We got to keep an eye on them.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. A little more than
Yeah.
marijuana there. We won't talk about what we think that some of the people. All right, let's just say they're working all night.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so let's get to ranking here. We're going to start with level 1. And this is, once again, we're not telling you what we think our best level 1. This is going to be based off of, you know, families that we've helped, the good and the bad and the ugly of like what happened over the last year, dependability, all of that stuff. A level 1 builder is more of a value builder. Excuse me so much. Let's get that going better. Okay, level 1 builder is more of a value builder, meaning you do not get to go to the design studio. You do not get to select packages. There's probably only going to have 2 or 3 packages within the community for you, and you just got to find the lot that works for you the best. So this is our value builder, level 1. Would love to know, Crystal, what is your, of 2024, level 1 value builder of 2024?
For Polk County, I would say Meritage Homes.
I like that one. Now, keep in mind, when we're talking about these levels, Meritage Homes could do a level 2. It's a fact. As a matter of fact, they do a lot of level 2, and they could do a level 3 too, where you can go to the design studio. But in some of the communities that Crystal's talking about, they're putting out these value homes, right? Keeping it very simplified for you, but they still have the bones of a level 2, level 3. So I agree with you. Yeah, that's actually a really, really good one. Yeah, really, really good one.
Yeah, they're fully specs in most of the communities in this area. So you don't really get to choose anything, but they are a quality house. So
100% spray foam insulation on the ceiling inside. Okay, Chris, what was your 2024 level 1 value builder of the year?
So I'm going to say Lennar. There's so many different floor plans to choose from, and no matter the community, you can get a good quality home. I'm a firm believer in the home's as good as the construction manager. I got that from you. But you can get a really good Lennar. Depending on where you're looking at, you can get some really nice floor plans that are just unique in its own. Just like I know you and I are favorite of the next gen homes of Lennar.
Bro, those are sick. I was kind of happy that you told me that they weren't discontinuing those things, because if they were, I was gonna have to go knock on some doors and try to buy one. We were talking about, like, that's like a rookie Michael Jordan card. The one thing that Lennar does really, really well is they build those freaking mother-in-law suites like awesome, like private entryways. You don't have to go into the home in order to access those. So I like that one. Corey, what you got? Level 1 value builder of the year.
So for what I saw with our clients, we sold a ton of homes to Lennar as well for a value builder over here in Tampa. They give you tons of upgrades in the home at the purchase price that it is. Everything that you see is what you get. So a lot of times they include those appliances. We're seeing people get huge interest rate buy downs, bulk, if not all of their closing costs covered. And with prices going up in these suburban areas, Wesley Chapel, Riverview, Apollo Beach, you can still get a lot of value with the Lennar home, and they'll help you a lot on the back end as well.
Yep. And we begin good price cuts. If you haven't watched the Lennar video where I kind of break down, how we view Lennar, you should definitely watch that. We got a lot of people that were in the comment section talking about good things, a lot of people talking about bad things. I think Lennar does get frowned upon a lot because they're America's number 2 builder per volume, right? Same thing with D.R. Horton, same thing with Pulte, they're number 3. And the larger you are, the more anything that bad happens, the more it's going to be under the microscope, right? It's when you buy a home, you expect the home to be good, right? So if I buy a home from Taylor Morrison and it turns out the way that I want it to turn out, the chances of me going to Taylor Morrison's website and writing a great review about it are going to be pretty slim because I'm expecting that, right? The chances of me of going online and saying, I bought a Taylor Morrison home, I love it, look at these, you're going to be living in your home. But if something wrong goes with that home, you better believe the first thing they're doing is going to the website. The first thing they're going to be doing is making that video. So, yes, there's going to be some good and bad out there as well. So, love those 2 picks there. I think that they're solid. Josh, talk to us. Your 2024 level 1 value pick of the year.
Yeah, so I'm going with Casa Fresca. They have a lot of their homes will still have like some pretty high finishes, good interior, but we're still getting big deals on them, great prices, great incentives. There's even homes around the area that are in the 2s, and I mean, you don't see homes in the 2s very often anymore.
Yeah, unless you're in Ocala, right? Everybody's going to Ocala to find those 2s. Which, by the way, we're gonna get up. We're heading to Ocala, people. We're heading to Ocala. Be ready. We're gonna be on a horse. We're gonna be on a horse in Ocala. But yeah, so Casa Fresca, you can get this entry level, type home, a value home for you get the LVP flooring, all of your appliances, like those types of things. If you can get that at the lowest price point, as you're talking about in the 2s, that's a really good value in my opinion. Yeah, really good value. I'm gonna go with this, right? This is gonna be a little bit of a curveball. Just like Crystal was talking about Meritage, just like Crystal was talking about Meritage having the bones of a level 2, level 3 builder, but in some of these communities that that she's selling in, they're giving you that value product where they're just speccing them out. I'm going to go with Richmond American. Richmond American, typically a level 2, level 3 builder, right? But we have been in certain communities, which Eden Hills being one of them, getting these clients these homes, low threes on the freaking water, high finishes, and the only other builders that are in these communities are like your DR Hortons, right? So like they're playing ball with these value builders, at times a lot more affordable for the price points in there. So mine pick of the year would definitely be kind of the Eden Hills area, definitely Richmond American, typically a level 2, level 3 builder, but I'm going to go with them at that value builder there. All right, so ready to work on level 2 here, move up builder. Move up builders, typically you can pick a little more finishes, more of like a package 1, package 2, package 3, right? Like I want to buy this home on this lot, but I want to select your package B backsplash, and that's going to come with XYZ. So it's not a full design studio, but typically a move up right here. So Crystal, talk to us. Your move up builder of 2024.
So based on sales and what's available here in my area, I chose Richmond American for my level 2 builder. I've seen a lot of people moving up in house with Richmond American, getting that larger 2-story home with the mother-in-law suite, extending, their countertops, that long buffet area and the Amylite plan. It's just a beautiful house, great value, especially for our couple that moved up from Miami. They were living in a tiny townhome for about the same price of this huge 2-story house they got in Scenic Terrace. So
did we label that area as the buffet area? I know we brought that up a few times. Like you can have a buffet here because we didn't know what to do with it, right? It's this long area, but is it the buffet area moving forward?
Oh, I'm sure it was a buffet during the holidays for them. So yeah,
that's a good pick. Richmond American, they are definitely level 2, at times level 3 design studio. I threw that curveball in as a level 1 because of some of the communities that they were speccing out there. But good pick. Chris, level 2 builder of the year, 2024. What you got?
It's going to be three in a row. I'm also going to go with Richmond American. It's just, the finishes in there are insane. And the Amylite floor plan is one I'm a fan of. The slate floor plan is the ruby floor plan. Like the layouts, the way that there are, the feeling that you get with all the high-end finishes, it's a tremendous product. And a product that I look forward to continue selling in 2025.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Corey, move up builder of the year, man. 2024 level 2. What you got? You're on mute, big fella. We can hear you now, I believe. No, let's just read his lips here. He's saying, can you call me? We can't. Josh, what you got?
So mine's going to be Pulte. I'm a huge fan of Pulte myself. I think they have some really nice finishes. Their Medina floor plan is still one of my favorite, with the massive, massive open floor plan they have. Price is one of my favorites.
Yep. Got Pulte in there. Corey, can we hear you?
Yep.
Okay,
Good.
Awesome. Josh chose Pulte as their level 2. Yeah, we can hear you. Josh chose Pulte level 2 move up builder 2020. We lost him there. So I'll give you my level 2 as well. Move up builder of the year, definitely Pulte. I would say the same thing. I would think out of all of these builders, the most solid, trustworthy of them all. Once again, America's number 3 builder. So there's going to be people out there. How can you say that? And my friend had an issue with Pulte. I get it. I'm not saying the perfect builder of the year, but they're throwing in that extra 5-year water intrusion on their warranty. Show me another builder that's doing that. I'm pretty sure others are going to start to do that as a trend. We're going to bring Corey in here in a sec.
You've even had a lot of builders drop their 10 down to 7s.
Corey's struggling here. We'll fill him in. Yeah, we've even had builders that are taking their 10-year structurals and dropping them down to 7, where you have Pulte adding these extras in there as well. So, that's definitely going to be my number 2. We'll get Corey filled in here. So let's go to the semi-custom level 3 builder of the year right here. Crystal, talk to me about your semi-custom. Go to the design studio, select your finishes builder of the year.
Well, I have to say KB Homes. It's really one of the only ones in our area right now that is offering that to clients. And the houses are solid. I've been through, and they're all different. All of them are customized. So I really like the neighborhood that has opened up in Lake Wales. HOA, no CDD, fully customize your home. So
Good.
they do have some specs that they're putting out, but you can do that to be built, choose your lot, choose your floor plan, go for it.
KB for the money wise, right? As a level 3, meaning you can go to the design studio and just really detail those things, not fully 100% customizable, but they're going to be the most affordable level 3 builder. They'll be the most affordable
That's
level
true.
3 builder.
Yeah. I have a lady under contract right now for a 2-story, and we were trying to compare that with some of the specs that Richmond American had out there, maybe try to get her into something a little bit sooner, and it was going to be more money than what she's building and customizing.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're somebody that wants to put your touches on, level 3 builders can go all the way up to Toll Brothers. Chris was talking about Toll Brothers, like luxury, get into the millions if you really want to. But if you want to put those touches on, you don't have to pay millions, right? Like we have level 3s for you at affordable price points here. Before we keep pushing forward, in the comment section down below, would love to know, who are you under contract with right now? So like, who is your builder that you're going to be closing with right now? Also, if you don't have a contract, who is your dream builder? Let me know. Corey, you got two shoes to fill.
Yes.
You got your level 2 and your level 3. Talk to us about your level 2
Okay.
move up builder of the year.
Okay, so I got my move up builders, MI Homes. We did a lot of work with them. They give some really elevated finishes for the price point that they're going to offer you. And they are one of those builders that you can do a full design studio with them, choose your flooring, cabinetry, but they'll also spec some homes and give you some packages. So I think for just the level of finishes that they're going to give you, they still are very competitive with their price points. And then for my semi-custom builder, it was Homes by West Bay.
Gotcha, man.
Because they are going to give you some really good value for what's the finishes that you're going to get in the home. They're a local builder, and they do some really competitive pricing around certain times of year. So we had people that were looking at some of their homes that were reduced $140,000, and they are living in luxury.
Chris Paul, shout out to you. Ryan Holmes, shout out to Chris, the knockout king. Chris, give us a right jab real quick, man. Don't hit the camera. Bing, bing. Awesome. And then Rebecca says Lennar. Awesome. We're finding a lot of value with Lennar. Here's the key to it. And Josh, we're going to hit you real quick on your level 3. The key to it is just finding out where the CMs are really putting the effort in. I can show you a Lennar community that is poopy, and I'd be like, guys, like this is just, they're cutting corners out here. I can show you the same product in a different location with a construction manager that actually has it going on and cares about the process, and it's a quality build. Right? Like, so we're probably going to be saving money based on location and maybe not getting a lot of finishes, or Lennar can actually sell a pretty expensive home too. We've seen that done before.
Right.
Chris, or Josh, talk to us. Your level 3 builder of the year, semi-custom.
Yeah, that's an easy one, man. Going right back to ABD, just the finish that they have. I mean, the huge bathrooms. I mean, huge showers, huge tubs, walk-in closets are just like astronomical. And then you got the pool in the living room. You got the wine cellars in these houses. I mean, the product they put out is just, it's absolutely gorgeous.
I can agree with you. If you have not seen an ABD home, check our videos. We've done a few tours of them. Absolutely gorgeous. This next year coming up, we're going to talk a little bit about, our future communities, but we'll keep it at that. Bob has a question for us before we push on to our full custom, because, I don't think we talk about full custom enough on the channel. And we have people that do reach out to us where they're like, I want to find a lot wherever I want to find it and I want to build whatever home I want. We're going to get there. Bob has a question. Best homes for hurricanes or bad weather. This is actually a really good one. We don't know where you want to be at, Bob. We don't know what level you may fall into, where your price point may be. But in my opinion, the first thing that comes to mind is the safest builder when it comes to like who's going to make sure that they're putting together a decent product for you and assuring you, with a good warranty. Who do you guys think would be a good safe bet for Bob?
I think Pulte.
I've had, Meritage has been great.
Yeah.
Looking at the neighborhoods after the storm this year, a lot of it, you're not going to see major damage in our area. Usually it's just losing shingles and getting some water intrusion, and Meritage passed the test on that for sure.
She says Meritage. Corey says Pulte. What do you guys say? I say Pulte.
Pulte's
a
great,
big one
yeah.
with that 5-year water intrusion.
Because of that, right? Because we don't know where you want to be at. Bob. So like, if we were to dial in an area, obviously you could reach out to us and we can get you dialed in. But for me to you, if you're talking about bad weather, first I want to get you with a quality builder, right? I think Pulte does pass the test of that. Not saying that they're the best quality builder, not saying that they're the worst, but for them to be a big national builder that covers a lot of space, and then them saying, hey, we're going to throw in this extra 5-year water intrusion. First thing that pops, comes to mind for me there. Because once again, based on the construction manager, but if we can get you that warranty, that'd be really, really nice. So let us know down below, Bob, where you're considering, if you're considering. Would love to know that. All right. So my level 3 builder of the year is going to be David Weekley. That's going to be my level 3 builder of the year. Absolutely adore them. We've helped quite a bit of clients out with David Weekley. Just love their floor plans. I feel like their team is really delightful to work with. I feel like they're very professional. Yeah. As is most of these semi-custom builders, right? Like Toll Brothers is another one. I feel like they're good. They keep it honest with you. It's a different type of game when you're walking into one of these level 3 builders than when you're going into one of these value builders. Value builders are more like turn and burn, like trying to find out how to sell you something that day. Level 3 is more of like, how could we help you kind of put together a home that you're gonna love. So I would say David Weekley would definitely be my number 1 there. All right, so we're gonna fall into the full-on custom level 4 builder here. That means that you can go get a blueprint done, right? You can go to see an engineer and develop the whole plan, find the lot that you want it on, and fully custom your home. Crystal, what do you got for your level 4 builder?
I'm going to be looking into Tapia Homes this year. I've come across some of their construction in the Lakeland area this past year, and it was definitely a beautiful neighborhood, and want to get involved in learning more about them and bringing it to our viewers. So
awesome. They have very, very nice homes. Chris, what do you got? Level 4 builder of the year. You're on mute. Corey, level 4 builder of the year.
All right, so I'm going to go with ICI Homes. You can find them in Wesley Chapel in the Wiregrass Ranch School District. Basically, it's simple with them. You pick a lot, and then anything you want with the home design for a floor plan is up to you. If you want to build a kid's playroom, if you want to build a dog shower room, if you want to build an in-law suite above the garage, anything you want is pretty much possible from a floor plan design. They have tons of interior and exterior upgrade options. And they also even build spec homes in the community, so you can still get that full custom feel on a quick move-in home from them as well.
Love it, love it. Willis, what you got? Full custom, man. Full custom. As long as you can, pass the inspections from the county, you can build it. What do you got?
Yeah, so my full customs, Southern Hospitality Homes, and they'll build on your lot. I've seen a lot of their products between, the farmhouses, the Mediterranean style, chapel style, and even my personal favorite dream home, which is the barn dominium. And the finishes, the interior, everything's just top notch. But they will also, build some spec homes on some lots, keep it super affordable, but the product is still really, really nice.
Yep.
I'm just a huge fan of that one.
100%. Yeah, they've actually done, I've had clients go through Southern Hospitality. Drew, really cool guy. And the one thing that I do like about it is like you can use some of the floor plans that they've built before, or, you can spend a little bit of money, kind of design it yourself. As long as the permits could get pulled, it could get built. I'm going to go Holbert Homes out of Lakeland, Florida. If you watch my main channel, you probably have seen me tour some of these homes. Got a ton of calls from people that are like, what was that builder? Because I didn't give a price point on it. Like, they can build some very expensive homes, but they also have some spec homes just like everybody else where they can buy some land. But if you see it, if you want it, you can get it built as long as a permit is in place there. I think when you're looking for a custom builder, you're looking for experience and you're looking for quality of work. I love local custom because those are people that take pride in where they live. And so, they're not going to want to drive by a home that they just kind of put up just to put up. Any builder, custom builders should be able to do the home that you want, but who's going to actually take a little more pride in it? Who's living locally in that area to, make sure that it's done properly? That's kind of what we're looking for there. So, all right, so we're going to get into some of the goods here. We're going to talk about our most anticipated communities of 2025. So that was kind of 2024. We got some people in the comment section here. Hey, Chris, Takesha and Peter here, looking forward to making Florida home. Thank you for stopping in. We appreciate you. Hopefully you took your shoes off at the door. 25 people, 18 likes. Let's get that a little even there. So 2025, first of all, this year was the year of the hurricane. This was the year of the election. This was the year of kind of the full year of the whole interest rate thing, because I think the year before it was kind of, okay, interest rates are going up. Where is it going to be? It didn't stop. It didn't stop anybody. I feel like we picked up as the election came, we picked up as the hurricane came about. And so there are some areas that we're definitely going to be watching. I think that Florida's still going to be a hot one here. But let's start with Crystal. What is your most anticipated community that you're going to be keeping an eye on in 2025, and why?
Well, touching back on the Lake Alfred area, and we've gone over all the benefits of being there, it would be the springs at Lake Alfred that Meritage is putting together. We've already done a video on it, but there was very little out there, as you can see from this shot. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how it develops and where the prices go and how the amenities come in. There's going to be a lot of walking trails and conservation area again, which I think Lake Alfred is doing great, designing these communities and setting standards a little bit higher in Polk County than some of what we see in Winter Haven.
Yep.
So I'm excited about this one.
Great job, Lake Alfred. You're doing a splendid job. You're taking advantage of the fact that you are a little closer to I-4 than some of these other cities. You're not just doing whatever you want to with the land, right? This particular community here with Meritage, they're even putting these front porch kind of private walls in there because they want the community to look a certain way. The setbacks are going to be a certain way. They're putting walking trails in, and so they're utilizing the land very well. And so great value for people that are wanting to be, near Disney, near I-4, that sort of thing there. So awesome. Chris, talk to us. Your community of 2025 that you're going to be keeping an eye on.
So what I'm going to be keeping an eye on is hearing more about that there will be a Crystal Lagoon coming to Osceola County. This will be the first residential lagoon community in Orlando. There is a Crystal Lagoon already in Orlando, but it's in a resort. This one's going to be different. It will be designed specifically for homeowners. This project will be developed by Metro Lagoon. It's going to be the same team behind the popular Epsom Lagoon in Wesley Chapel. So although we don't have all the details yet, stay tuned. We're going to stay on top of it and stay up to date with all the insider info that we receive.
2025, they may not break ground, but we're going to give you some updates on where they're at. As you've seen, that was a 2022 article. We have newer stuff that were to come about. We actually have some good resources or some good sources behind the scenes, but we're wanting to see a little more progress with that. But that would be huge. As popular as these communities are, as well as they've done, bringing that to the Orlando area, Osceola County, that would be absolutely huge. Corey, talk to us. 2025 community that we're going to be keeping an eye on.
Next year, it's going to be the Two Rivers community in the North Tampa Zephyrhills area. This community is going to revolutionize the way people live, work, play. Everything is going to be built in the community. They're going to have over 3 million square feet of shopping and dining. There's going to be schools built into this community. As you can see on the screen, they're having an Australian company build this surf park, a 35-acre surf park that's going to be right in the center of the community. So there's tons of opportunities in here, from entry-level homes all the way up to multi-million-dollar homes. They're going to have a golf course built by Scottish architect David McClay, which is going to be a private course, but probably one of the best courses in all of Tampa.
That's my uncle, McClay. That's not my uncle, guys. Getting close there, though. But that's really cool. I mean, hey, listen, Wesley Chapel, what's next? You guys are putting surf parks in now. What are we going to see next? Drag racing tracks inside of these communities and stuff. But no, that's
everything.
That's really, really neat. I mean, they're resetting the bar again. I guess them and Metro are going to have a little beef going on. But that's huge. That is absolutely huge.
Yep.
We already have some people peeking around in there, so excited about that. Josh, talk to us. 2025 community that you're going to be keeping an eye on.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, I just keep coming back to this community, but Providence is the one that I'm excited about for 2025. We actually had some buyers that kind of missed their opportunity to buy out here over the summer because it's just that sought after. But I mean, they have homes that range from the 400s up to the 6s. They have homes that range from the 8s up to the millions with ABD. So there's something for everybody. As you can see, the beautiful 18-hole golf course they have, the restaurant, clubhouse, gym, etc. And the fees are extremely low. You're only paying $130 a month as far as your fees go. No CDD. I mean, I think this community is just going to continue to skyrocket. And a lot of people are going to miss their chance to buy in this one as well because it will sell out again.
I agree with you. I think very undervalued out there. But we're just going to kind of push along here. So my favorite of 2025 is going to be The Grow by Pulte. This one is going to be in Orlando. So the address will be City of Orlando because I know a lot of people say, well, in the Orlando area, in the Tampa area. This is going to be an Orlando address. But it's a farm to plate community type of thing, right, where there's going to be this kind of I think you call it like an agri-hood. But there's pretty much a place where within the community that they're growing crops within the community and everybody can get involved. I think the most important thing, the address is going to be Orlando because we've seen this before in the Tampa area with some of the lagoons we've helped people out with before. Yeah. It's cool. It's a good little vibe. I think it kind of brings, a little bit of Mother Nature into the community, but to have an address Orlando and have a 1 acre lot to me is huge. So I think a lot of people want those bigger lots. Well, now you're going to have something like this. We're going to be keeping an eye on this. The agri-hood thing is pretty cool. I think that's going to be a neat little niche. But from me to you, 1 acre lots in the city of Orlando, I'm going to be keeping an eye on that one. That's going to definitely be my favorite there. So did everybody get their opportunity to talk there on their 2025 communities?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can't wait for David Weekly Reflections at Olympus. You and me both. I might be your neighbor with that one. Anything else before we hop off here? Does anybody within the we're going to give you guys a minute or two to ask any questions if you have any. We've stayed on here for quite some time. Make sure you hit the like button for us. Does any of you all have anything that you want to bring up before we hop off? No? Everybody's quiet.
I would just say there's going to be a lot of new opportunities in 2025. New communities, new builders, new rates, and there's still a lot of deals to be had just because it's the end of the year. Doesn't mean that the deals are over. We have different leverage points that we use at any time of the year, depending, like we said, case by case. So still going to be a good time to buy. And most important part of home ownership is getting into the game, not trying to time it.
100%. So it's like some people have reaped the benefits of that this year while everybody's waiting on rates being too high. Chris is out here getting 399s and Josh is coming behind there throwing epoxy floors on the ground. So, once again, like don't and do whatever you want to do. But, is it the rates? What is it? Because there's a lot of variables. And from what we've been able to show everybody is like we're checking those boxes for everybody. So anything else? Crystal, looks like you got something to say. What are you going to be doing for New Year's Eve here today?
Well, I have a dog that's at the vet. Unfortunately, I got to pick up a little bit later and see how he's doing. He had to have a little mass removed. They just texted and said that he's done, so that's good. But I have a little bit of skiing this afternoon, maybe doing some fun photos, and we're all going to be all over the place. So I'm probably going to be home cuddling the doggy.
Getting ready for fireworks. How do your dogs react to fireworks?
He has no reaction at all. He does not.
Gotcha.
Thank God he has no reaction.
What about you, Corey?
Because we hear the Legoland fireworks from where I live. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have one doesn't care, one hates it.
So. Yeah. I got you. Chris, New Year's Eve, what do you got going on? Anything?
Yes, sir. So New Year's Eve, we're going to be hosting family. You're going to be coming over, spend some time. We're going to do some vision boards for 2025.
I like that.
Some personal as well, work related. And, just spend some good quality time. Also do some due diligence for some of our clients that we're currently working with right now. But another goal that I got for 2025 is, as we know, nosotros hablamos español, but getting every single one up to speed, getting everyone up to speed, speaking some Spanglish maybe. I can see.
Listen, look. We got to get Josh. Listen, if you can teach Josh, I want you to teach Josh some Spanish. I would love that. I would love to see my boy just going, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I would love that. That'd be so awesome.
With that Southern accent.
Yeah. Yes, mi Josh, mi habla español. No, I like that. That's definitely good. I love the vision board idea. Like, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff, right? But the key is to make it, make sure that you're making it a tool that you can use throughout the year. A lot of people put that stuff up and then forget about it. But Josh, what do you got? New Year's Eve before we hop off.
Just going to be hanging out with the kiddos, man. Probably in bed long before the ball drops.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
I'm with
Same
you,
here.
Josh. I'm with you, bro.
I love how he looked over. All right. So, hey, listen, if you're on the cusp of making that move, we have clients we've been working with for 2 years. Corey's helping people close in 11 days. Doesn't matter like what it is. Make sure you reach out to us. Team@morefla.com is the #1 way to reach us, or you can shoot us a text. Make sure you do that. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, what the heck are you doing? Catch you guys on the next one.
Happy New Year.